The Hundred Years' War, which lasted from 1337 to 1453, was a prolonged conflict between England and France. Rather than a single continuous war, it consisted of a series of battles, truces, treaties, and renewed hostilities. The core causes of the war were disputes over the French royal succession and territorial conflicts between the two kingdoms. In 1328, when the French king, Charles IV, died without a male heir, the English king, Edward III, claimed the French crown through his mother, who was Charles IV's sister. However, French nobles rejected this claim, invoking Salic law, which prohibited inheritance of the crown through the female line, and chose Philip VI of the Valois dynasty as king. Edward III disputed this decision and asserted his right to the French throne, initiating the war. During the early phase of the war, in the mid-14th century, England held the upper hand. In 1346, Edward III achieved a decisive victory at the Battle of Crécy using longbows, and the following year he captured the northern port city of Calais. In 1356, his son Edward the Black Prince captured the French king John II at the Battle of Poitiers, marking a high point for England. As a result, the Treaty of Bretigny was signed in 1360, with France ceding substantial territory to England. However, France soon regained momentum under the leadership of Charles V, who reorganized the army and won back much of the lost territory during the 1370s with the support of the population. After this, both nations faced internal strife and economic difficulties, leading to a temporary lull in large-scale warfare. The conflict flared up again in 1415, when the English king, Henry V, invaded France. At the Battle of Agincourt, Henry won a major victory, and in 1420, the Treaty of Troyes recognized him as the heir to the French throne. However, both Henry V and the French king, Charles VI, died shortly thereafter, creating renewed contention over succession. At this point, France was weakened by internal division and English occupation. In 1429, a young woman named Joan of Arc emerged and dramatically changed the course of the war. Claiming divine guidance, she inspired the French army and lifted the siege of Orleans. With her help, Charles VII was crowned King of France. Although Joan was captured by the Burgundians and handed over to the English, who executed her by burning at the stake in 1431, her efforts revitalized the French cause. France gradually regained strength and began reclaiming territory from the English. The decisive blow came in 1453 at the Battle of Castillon, where French forces crushed the English army. England lost nearly all its continental holdings, except for Calais, effectively ending the war in France's favor. No formal peace treaty was signed, but hostilities ceased, marking the end of the 100 Years' War. The war had significant and lasting effects on both nations. France emerged with a stronger monarchy and a clearer sense of national identity, while England, weakened by defeat, soon descended into internal conflict, culminating in the Wars of the Roses. The 100 Years' War also transformed medieval warfare, introducing longbows, gunpowder weapons, and a shift toward infantry-based tactics, contributing to the decline of feudal military structures. Joan of Arc became a national heroine in France and was later canonized as a saint by the Catholic Church.